La Rinconada, the town with the highest altitude in the world. This town lacks water, oxygen, and laws. It also doesn't have a waste management system. This is a completely lawless town. Every night, people hear gunshots as people are fighting over the gold that they are illegally mining. Around 50,000 people live here, 17,000 feet in the sky. Make sure you're subscribed. Let's explore.
Entering this town was the most dangerous and difficult thing I have ever done. You won't believe that this place is real. By the end of this video, I was very ill. Now, our journey starts in the town of Juliaca, Peru, where I met with a very popular TikTok miner from La Rinconada, Jubilin, to try to get some insight as to what I was up against the following morning.
La Rinconada es la mina más alta del mundo. Tierra de hombres valientes.
You will hear more from Jubilin throughout this video. Now it's time to get on the road.
Currently, we are at about 12,000 feet above sea level, and La Rinconada is 17,000 feet. So the oxygen levels there are 50% less than what they were in Lima, and this causes people a lot of psychological stress and feel like they're going to faint. So we're going to see how my body can handle the changes during this drive. This is a plateau, so it's not like we're driving on a steep cliff at the moment, so the drive is relatively safe. It's the problem with the oxygen that really affects people who are not from here the most. So we are going to measure my oxygen levels. Wow, I'm at 95. Oh, I'm doing really good. Other YouTubers, they passed out, all that. No, not me. It's likely that I am the first female YouTuber to ever go to La Rinconada. We are about 1 hour and a half from La Rinconada. We stopped here in Putina, the city, to have breakfast. You can see that it says breakfast here on the sign.
So far we've only gone up 120 feet, but now we're really going to start to go up. This eucalyptic tea might help with the altitude as well.
It is coca. La hoja de coca es para oxigenar. Vas juntando aquí. Y una cantidad que tengas hasta donde ya no puede entrar la coca, vas mascando un poco en poco, sacando el sabor, igual que el chicle.
We are headed to La Rinconada. Because I'm from Colorado, I believe that might help me a little bit, but La Rinconada is 4 times higher than Colorado, Denver, Colorado. Trust in the Hilux. Things are about to get real, guys. La Rinconada is so high that there are glaciers up there that never melt. We are currently at 14,380 feet of elevation. I can feel the air is a bit thinner. It almost makes me feel like, oh, I want to roll down the window to let in more air. So I'm at 85, which is lower than where I was. I am really focusing on my breathing right now and making sure that I'm taking deep breaths and just getting as much oxygen as I can. When you do breathe in, it does feel lighter. It's almost like you breathe in and there's nothing coming in. We have made it to La Rinconada, the most dangerous city in the world, one of the most uninhabitable places to live. We can already see mountains of trash. On top of that, the air is so thin. This is one of the most remote places in the world.
Hay llamado los primos que asaltan. Te maltratan, te matan, allá te matan normal, ¿no? Son capaces de cualquier cosa, todo por oro.
The men who process the gold in this area have their own security. So the security camera, buenos días, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás?
Buenos.
¿Qué?
¿Para qué te canto?
Avance, 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 señor, avance, avance. Avance, ya.
¿Estás preguntando?
No, avance, señor, avance.
Allá.
Estoy diciendo que avance, ya.
They make their own security. So you can see that there's a security camera over there, and it's not from the state, it's from the people who are managing this area. And there are signs here in La Rinconada that says that if you enter, they will shoot you. It says that it's forbidden to use a face covering here.
Hay letreros que dicen alto o disparo. Son letreros de advertencia. Si tú quizás no obedeces, pueden dispararte, ¿no?
Gosh, there's so many wires above my head. Guys, we just entered the city. My first impression is that it's very cramped.
The first thing we did upon arrival was locate the nearest police station to hire some policemen to show us around and keep us safe in this town where people risk everything in hopes of finding gold and striking it big.
This city is very, very crazy. Here you can see that water is dripping up from the rooftop, and they are collecting it here. Están colectando el agua.
Es que para que no ensucie el este. Cuando le salpica, le ensucia.
No vas a usar el agua.
No, solamente lo vamos a echar. Porque ese agua no está sucio.
Entonces, ¿con qué lavas y bebes?
Ah, ya, sí, me compra agua y también para lavarse está bien.
Ah, ok.
Para tomar no.
Oh, ok, usas esa agua para bañar.
lavarse, para
Ajá.
bañarse, para peinarse el cabello,
Ah,
para cepillarse
sí,
también.
sí. Ah, ok.
Ajá, sí.
¿Qué estás haciendo ahorita con el agua?
El agua le estoy echando, voy a recibir de allá agua. Porque
Ah,
está goteando.
oh, okay. Yeah, you guys can see that they're collecting more water
Sí,
too.
está corriendo el agua para
Ajá.
echar, para limpiar este piso.
Oh, okay. So they're collecting water to clean the ground.
No había lluvia, recién esta noche ha llovido, ha nevado.
¿Y cómo es vivir acá en la Rinconada?
Hoy día es su aniversario.
Oh,
Sí, bonito. Vamos a bailar, señorita. Hoy día va a ser desfile.
la gente dice que no es posible vivir acá en la Rinconada. So the police are going to walk in front of us. As you guys can see, the ground is super muddy and slippery. So that lady told us that today they are celebrating the anniversary of La Rinconada. And that actually was exciting at first until I realized that means that they are going to be drinking a lot more. The police just told us that recently one of the leaders of the gangs died or was killed, and so now there's a lot more fighting, a lot more violence as they are trying to figure out who is going to be the new leaders. And at the same time, when there's killings that happen outside of the town, the police don't do anything about that. I mean, I guess it's not like in their territory. It's just complete lawlessness out here. The floor is filled with mud. Because of the way that they extract the gold, there's a lot of mercury in the air. Makes it so like people here only live until less than 50. Look at these stairs. Look at these houses. Such a different reality out here. This color of mud here is a runoff from the mines. The police told me that the more we go further this way, the more contaminated the water gets. So this is ore, and they just need to extract the gold. And guys, this path right here is just absolutely insane. It's really sad. We have a guy coming down from the mine right now. So now we're heading up a hill, and the police said to be very careful and make sure that you have stable footing up here. And I cannot imagine walking up and down this every day in hopes to have some gold. They say some people work 10 days for a company, and then their payment is to work 1 day for themselves.
No siempre es ganar, pero hay fechas que de repente un día puedes ganar mucho dinero, hasta $10,000 un día puedes llegar a ganar.
But it could also be nothing. Here to my right, you will see tubes that are bringing water from the glaciers, trying to take in as much air as possible. I cannot keep up with the police. Here you can also see that they're collecting the rainfall. Check out this view that these houses have. That's wild. There's a whole town down there. They have a soccer field here, houses over here. It's so easy to get ahead of myself and start walking really fast, but we're taking it slow. Hola. We are actually on top of the world right now. A place where they said was inhabitable, not possible to live, and somehow they are making it work. Here you can see that they are offering fruits, and they come here to drink. They leave their bottles. These are offerings for the land. And when people follow a vein because they're searching for gold, and then that vein ends because there is a fault, they believe that maybe God is mad at them. And so then they make sacrifices, and in some cases they make human sacrifices.
Había casos de que dueños de minas sacrificaban personas para que la mina tenga oro.
We're going to use this soccer field as a takeoff for the drone and get some cool shots of La Rinconada. Here we can get a really good view of La Rinconada and just how crowded it is. And it's just crazy how everybody's house looks exactly the same. Everybody has the same exact style. As you guys could see from the side of the mountain, that the mountain is basically filled with trash on the sides. It's beginning to snow pretty lightly, but it has definitely gotten a lot colder as we have climbed up a little bit more. This is insane. I'm just taking a second. Definitely a lot harder to breathe up here. This looks crazy to go down. What the heck? Wow. Look at that path. I'm like I'm like actually just gonna sit down. It's like we're going like direct, like vertically. You see the locals are just running down the mountain. It's not a problem for them. You would have no idea. I'm stepping on trash. You would have no idea how deep the trash is versus where the mountain begins. The stamina that these people have is unbelievable. All of these buildings here are used to process the gold. In this town, you will see so many businesses that say that they buy gold. So I imagine after hard days of work, they go there to try to get their pay. I was just about to say that I've never felt ground so sticky, but this is actually what they call the tailings from the mine. All of the ground is just like quicksand, like it's like sticky. This van is taking out the material and then they are going to extract the gold from it. They say that it's bad luck for a woman to enter into the mine, that they won't have gold, they won't eat, so let's see how close I can get. Que la gente dice que si una mujer entra, que es mala suerte. ¿Tú crees en eso? O
Si hay gente mayor que trabajó ya años, dama o mujer no entra, pura varón nomás.
¿Y cómo es trabajar ahí? ¿Es muy peligroso?
Sí, muy peligroso. Trabajan acá con explosivos. Mayormente por acá mueren los mineros de eso, de panchón o gas. Lo que explota, suelta un gas, es lo que es tóxico. Y de eso mayormente mueren o cae la roca encima de la persona.
Gas from these cars is so strong. I cannot imagine being in the mine with all of the gas from these vehicles.
Yo a mi edad debe ser un poco más joven, pero estoy avanzado porque no duermo, trabajo mucho y no estoy contaminado con todos los minerales. Mi sangre no debe ser así. Tengo enfermedad, lo que son las carnos, si es lo que son, te quema los químicos de la mina. Si esto no me hago tratar, podría llegar a perder la vista.
One main cause of death in mines is from people getting ran over by these types of cars or cars like these that are bigger.
Sí, sí, sino que no hay luz. ¿No hay luz, no, amigo? No hay energía.
There's no light or electricity today. There is gold inside of these rocks, and they are going to crush them to get out the gold. In that machine, they're gonna crush all of these rocks. After they crush it, they mill it, and then it becomes into little tiny specks, and then they mix it with water and mercury. ¿Es difícil vivir acá? Sí. ¿Por qué? Here you can see none of the mills are operating since there's no electricity. They use the water from the glaciers to process the gold.
¿Cómo está? ¿Qué dice?
She said that if I film her, she's gonna throw a rock at me. 10 años trabajando aquí.
Sí.
¿Qué estás buscando?
Mineral, así como es. Es mineral, buscamos. Para comer, para nuestros hijos.
¿Vives acá o no?
Sí, vivo acá.
Vives acá. ¿Es tu casa?
No, alquilado vivo. Eso es para taparse de la lluvia, del frío. Un ratito.
¿Has encontrado mucho oro una vez?
No.
¿En tu mejor día?
En el mejor día, un gramito así encontramos.
¿Un gramo?
Sí.
Eso es bueno.
Ajá.
¿Y cuánto te pagan para un gramo aquí en la Rinconada?
300 está ahora.
300 soles.
Bueno, diviértase en la
fiesta.
desfile.
Sí, ahí vamos a ir a desfilar.
Pues.
Because that woman is not allowed in the mine, some women search for gold outside of the mine, like that lady who rents a little hut to cover herself from the snow, and she does live in the city. So she must make this walk, work, and then go back home. Now I'm climbing up on this just piles of rubble. I cannot help but just pausing for a second and saying, whoa. Oh my God. Climbing on top of this mountain and you don't know what is a hole of trash versus what is mountain. We are coming over here because we want to see, so I'm pushing down to make sure I can stand, and my head just got hit with the wire. So how do they have drinking water here in La Rinconada? All of the water that is used for the Rinconada comes from this glacier. You can see many tubes coming from this glacier that go down to the town of the Rinconada, and of course they also use it to process the gold?
El agua es de los glaciares. De la montaña hay hielos que se van diluyendo poco a poco, ¿no? Ese es el agua que hacen pozos y ese agua nos consumimos.
And over here it's snowing a lot harder. Must be the angle of this mountain. It looks like over here it's always going to be snowing. Look up there, guys. It's just crazy. Do they have avalanches? Recently, just in 2022, there was an avalanche, the snow fell. He says that there used to be houses here, but now it's covered. It's definitely the most extreme conditions I've ever felt in my life.
Ni pirita, nada.
¿No picó nada? ¿Cómo va a salir para el para el almuerzo, para la chicox? Siempre amigo turco.
So those women who are out here going rock by rock looking for gold are called Bayakiras, and the police just told us that when they approach these illegal miners, they don't like to give them a lot of information. So right now we are walking to some of these Bayakiras to ask them if they found any gold, to see what it looks like. Hopefully we can show you some gold, and they told us if anything goes wrong we can just yell.
¿Cómo van? ¿Qué tal? ¿Más suerte o sin suerte? ¿Ah?
Si son las Bayakiras, conocen. Lo que ellos hacen es buscar el mineral que más o menos tenga oro. Si encuentran una pepita de oro se guardan. Ya no hay mucho oro en la Rinconada.
All right, guys, we're gonna find some gold. Oh, wow. Do you guys see it? Do you guys see the gold in there? Look at that. Look at that. She is finding a lot of gold today. Pretty crazy to know that 50 to 70,000 people are living in these extreme conditions here. That sector over there is way more dangerous than the main plaza. This is cute. As you guys can see above, there are these blue and white ribbons because today they are celebrating the anniversary of the Rinconada. Many people who have visited here say that they have felt very unsafe and that there's fights all the time and that people drink too much and they're really loud. And like most places, it does seem like majority of the people are great, hardworking people trying to make a living. At the same time, the bad ones get around a lot. The trash, it just goes on and on. You can see the wires that come from the glaciers going into the city. One thing is for sure is to not drink the water. To me, it's so crazy knowing that we also produce a lot of trash, but we just put it under the mountain, we hide it. But it's so weird to see just all the trash, all the plastic that is being produced. All of the food and water that we have, we had to bring from Juliaca just because it could either make us sick, but also there's not as many options here. Look at what happened to our bag of chips. If it inflates anymore, it will pop. That bag of chips is a perfect representation of how my head felt. I recorded this entire video with a massive headache, and in these next coming clips, I began to feel incredibly nauseous and sick. Now I'm crashing.
Se te complica la presión, la temperatura, empiezas, tu corazón empieza a bombear, ¿no? Por miles, y la presión, la cabeza te empieza a subirte la presión, ¿no? Como queriéndote desmayar y la respiración te cuesta bastante.
What the heck? I'm at 69. 61, it's going down.
Este es el que tiene baño.
I'm starting to get a bit of a headache and I'm so tired. I feel like I could just fall asleep right now. And so we've been looking at this hotel. Just not 100% sure about staying here overnight. I've had a little headache for the last few hours. Thankfully, my breath has been pretty good despite the lack of oxygen. He told me that this is called Venezuela Avenue and this is where all of the nightclubs are.
Los de ayer y los de hoy todos con un mismo objetivo de celebrar estos 37 años. 37 del centro poblado de Rinconada.
Sorry to feel really sick, guys. Yeah, this is not the best place to be when you feel nauseous. I feel like throwing up. So. We buy gold, we buy gold, we buy gold. We're inside this we buy gold place and I just have to sit down. I never get headaches, but this place has given me a really bad headache because of the pressure. This entire street is also dedicated to buying gold. The police just told me that near the plaza it's safe, but right where we are is where a lot of the problems come from. Probably 30 people have told us not to come here, and here we are. While I show you guys some of these insane nightclubs, I want to tell you why you should become a member of the Patreon. I give the Patreon members so many updates. We have a great community. We go live every Friday, and I love to interact with you guys. And there's also extended content over there, like in my trip to China, I went to a McDonald's there, and I also put little clips here and there that are included in these videos. And I'd love for you to join us and support the channel. Thank you so much for becoming a member. On with the video. He's saying that there's a lot of violence now because the price of gold is up really high. It's only 2 p.m. and people are already getting a little wild. What the hell is that? So messed up. We can already tell that it's getting a bit too hectic to spend the night here, too dangerous, so we're headed back to Juliaca. Subscribe, bye.